Hey, this is Mike. Welcome to the Wandering Minds podcast.
This is Mickey, and today we have Maurice from Empire Boxing Fitness.
Thank you very
Tell
much.
us, Maurice. So, tell us about you. I want to know about you.
Well, my name is Maurice. I am 35 years old. I got two kids, Denzel and Darius, my baby boys. And
How old are your baby boys? Just out of curiosity.
Denzel is 8 and Darius is 4.
Nice. So they're at a fun age.
Yeah.
They're at a fun.
Some might say it's fun.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
I was like, that's questionable.
yeah, it is. But I have a 16 and 19-year-old daughters right now, so
Okay.
they're
Just
not at
different
a fun age.
kind of fun.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, no, that's not fun. No, it's anyways, back to Maurice.
Yeah, I am a caregiver. I work for a company called CareLinks. I don't know if you ever heard of it.
Okay, yeah.
But I do in-home care. I've been doing that in residential for about, I don't know, for almost 10 years.
Wow.
And I'm just about to start my CNA this coming week. I have my orientation and stuff this week. And
Good for you,
that.
man.
yeah, I was doing the traveling thing for a while.
Yeah.
And just not having that piece of paper kind of
Yeah.
limits you from doing some stuff. So I was
And
might as well go ahead
making more,
get it.
I would
Exactly.
imagine. My daughter actually is a in-home care on, I can't remember the place, but it's off of Country Club Road. It's got a memory care right next to it.
Okay.
So it's down from the police station a little bit.
And,
But she's going to get her CNA.
She's going to get her CNA in March, I think, is when she's going to take hers.
awesome.
Which is, I have a lot of respect for people. My daughter is not a person that I would ever have imagined would be in that industry. Now, my mom owns an adult foster care home.
Okay.
So she's familiar with taking care of elderly and hospice and all that.
Yeah. It's
But
not easy.
I didn't think she'd ever want to get into that. Now that she's into it, she loves it. But I hear some nightmare diarrhea stories all the time.
Oh, man.
I think you have to be a special kind of person.
You do.
Yeah, that's what I always tell people. Like, if I'm ever training anyone or anything, I was like, if you're not sure if you want to do this or not, you should probably find something else to do.
Right? Right? Yeah.
I mean, just because you have to be so invested in actually taking care of someone else and being compassionate and actually genuinely caring, not just being there for
Right.
a check. If you're just there for a check, it's not the job for you.
Well, you have to have genuine empathy and like you said, compassion for another human being, because it's horrible to have to deal with. And not only that, but you have to watch these people deteriorate, right? So that does take a special person
Watch
to do
them
that.
going around, walking, being happy, remembering, to slowly starting to forget everything, not being able to walk anymore. And
Yeah.
it's really the circle of life, though. Like when you're
Right.
born, you can't talk, you wear diapers, you have to have help for everything.
Yeah.
Then towards the end of your life, it gets harder for you to talk. You get back in diapers.
Yep.
You get harder for walk. So
You rely on somebody to care for you. And I'm a firm believer that I think that we're meant to take care of our elderly, like our elderly took care of us when we were. So it is a circle of life. That's that. What got you into that? What was the point in your life?
I was raised by my great grandmother, Carol Jones.
Oh, okay.
She passed away back in 2012.
Sorry to hear that.
Well, yeah. Sorry about it too. I miss that woman every day.
Mm-hmm.
But she kind of instilled in me just the being compassionate and just caring about other people, thinking about others. And I used to help her a lot. Like, she used to have the dinosaur blood sugar machine. So they were like this. You have to take like a pint of blood just to get your reading and stuff.
Jeez.
So now, it's just, it just came pretty natural as far as getting into the field.
Okay. And so how long have you been in it now?
Almost 10 years.
10 years. Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
I started
That's
in
impressive.
Idaho.
Really?
Yeah.
So is that where you're from, is Idaho?
No. So I was born in Seattle, but I was raised here in Oak Ridge.
Okay. So you have family here.
Yeah, I have a little bit of family here.
Okay, cool. How do you know Ark?
So Arik, I actually met him, I want to say in 2014 or 15. Mm-hmm. I was playing semi-pro football for the South Valley Vandals.
Oh, cool.
And he liked our uniforms, so he kind of wanted to come out and be a part of the team.
Yeah.
And then from there, we just kind of developed a friendship.
Nice.
He wanted to be a part of the team because he liked the uniform.
That was his main thing. I'm not going to lie.
So he was kind of like the water boy, but
Yeah, he's
I'm not saying that. No, I wouldn't say that about Ark.
no, he was a beast on the field.
Oh, yeah,
He
he's
was
a beast.
Load to take down. He played running back for the Outlaws with me.
Nice.
Yeah, he was a beast.
Yeah. I was at the gym yesterday and I'm doing my 1-rep max. Luckily, he came in after I was done and I was kind of helping him spot. And this dude,
I just saw that this morning.
Yeah.
this dude is and he hasn't lifted in a while. He's a over 500-pound bencher in competition.
That's insane.
He was pushing
So much.
425,
and he did for reps. And well, and not only that, it's his bench is like a narrow grip.
Yeah,
he's got super narrow, and he was just pumping that out, and I'm like, Jesus, everybody's just, we're all watching because we pump each other up in there, and we're like, motherfucker, you dickhead. He just walks in off the street.
How strong is he?
Right? He's a beast. He is.
Sure.
Anyways, he's a beast. He's a great guy too.
Yeah,
really, really great guy.
We're roommates now, so
Cool.
it's been really beneficial for me as well as far as getting more training.
Yeah,
just picking his brain as far as boxing goes, and just stuff like that. It's been
okay.
awesome.
So let's go into that because you're Empire Boxing and Fitness.
Yep, head coach Adam. He's awesome.
Cool.
One of the best to do it.
Nice.
So I had a torn bicep this time last year, and I had surgery, and I had bought a stand-up bag, and I was just in there kind of messing around. Yeah. And I decided to take video of myself. And I watched it back, and I was like horrified. I was like, oh my God. I was like, my hook was just disgusting. It was just terrible. So I was like, oh, maybe I can work and get my left a little bit better because it was my right arm. And from that day on, I worked, I have to say, pretty much every day for 3 months, just trying to get better. And I was seeing some improvement, and I was like, oh, I'm having fun doing this. Yeah. So I just kept working, buying different bags and stuff. And Arik, actually, he told me to come out to Empire Fit, and he's like, hey, we're going to be sparring today and stuff. And I had never really sparred before. Yeah. So I was like, oh, I got this. I've been working, So I went in there, and they were kind of like hyping me up, and I was trying to tell the coach, I was like, I haven't sparred that much. Like, I've just been doing my own thing. And they put me in with my boy Chris. I think he's a 135 pounder or something. Okay, so he's lightweight. And I saw him, and I was like, in my mind, I was like, oh, I'm about to drop him. Right. And I proceeded to get beat down for the better part of 3 minutes. And he just picked you apart. Oh man, he was just, he's fast. And I just didn't really know what I was doing. Like I'd been training myself, and I wasn't training myself right. Right. Yeah. So, I almost quit actually after that. Really? I was like, I got out, and I was just frustrated. I was like, damn, I was like, if this little dude could do that to me, like, what am I going to be able to do as far as, but then I do remember, like, I got my boys watching me. I got other people kind of watching me on my journey and stuff, so I was like, okay, let me come back. And I joined the gym, and it's been a process of kind of unlearning bad muscle memory techniques and stuff. Yeah. And Adam, man, he gets on me about just the littlest stuff, but now from there, the day I walked in that gym now, like, I would literally kill the Maurice that walked in. Nice. Like, it would be and I'm getting close to being fight ready. I'm good, excited. How long has this taken you now? You said when you went in there, but how long has that been? It's been it's coming up on a year since I first hit the bag. Cool.
There's a huge difference between having like a coach and being professionally trained versus just messing around at home.
Oh yeah. I thought, because I was like watching videos and stuff on YouTube, and I thought I kind of had an idea. Yeah. And it really is a sweet science. Like, there's such a skill level you have to have, and just to be able to pick up things in mid-fight and make adjustments and everything.
Keep your composure. Yeah. Well, I think a lot of people get, what is that, superhero hungry or something. You watch these fights, you watch stuff, and it's like, oh, I got that. Until you're like in there, and then you get a real ego check about, wow. Oh, yeah.
that was... Like when I sparred Chris, I was like humbled to the okay, let me come in here with a clean slate and just kind of learn from the ground up.
And that's good. Yeah, that's where the foundation starts.
And I remember I told my coach, I was like, hey, you're the coach. I'm here to learn from you. Whatever you say, I'm going to do. And I've learned over the course, like, I have to trust him and trust what he has to say. I get frustrated, like I think I'm ready to go, and he'll be like, no, not yet. And I'll be like, well, I'll show you, Right. And I'll go and do a sparring session or something, like, oh, okay, that's what he's saying. So
I feel like a year is even a fast turnaround.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the people who've been boxing stuff, they say that my growth has been
I wasn't trying to say fast. That like you're not ready. It's just that shows your dedication and motivation.
For sure. They've been saying that my growth has been pretty good. Yeah.
So. Awesome. Well, and that's good. You're like a sponge. You're just learning. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So what's the goal with boxing? Do you have one? I mean, is there a specific goal, or do you just want to fill the ring?
So when I first started doing it, it was just kind of to be able to defend myself if I wanted to.
Yeah.
And like now that I've gotten so immersed in it, you know, like I want to do some amateur fights and I want to turn pro.
Cool. So you're seeing big picture.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing is, like, I know I'm older. You know, I'll be 36 this coming year.
Okay.
And I want to do some stuff that's, I don't know, kind of legendary. Like, you know, I want to do something that's like,
well, you got a bucket list.
He made it.
Yeah.
Here, and he like did it. You know, I want to be a role model for my kids. Let them know they can do anything they want to do, no matter the age. You know, you put your mind to anything, and you can do it. Absolutely. I mean, relatively speaking.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. Reality is reality, but I mean, there's I think where reality hits us the most is where our mind stops us, right? I mean, we do put real strict borders on our own mind and our own potential oftentimes. I think that part of aging is the fact that we remind ourselves every damn year we're getting older. Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? If we didn't remind ourselves, maybe we wouldn't even consider that.
And that's kind of what I try to do with as far as boxing goes. You know, I just go in there, like I still feel like honestly I feel in better shape than when I was in my 20s. Yeah. And I watch boxing all the time. I'm trying to soak up as much as I can, you know, and always try to apply that and make sure I listen to my coach. That's like been the main thing, just listen to him and following his plan for me.
That's cool. I think, you know, and I've talked to Mikki about that. I've talked to a lot of people about this. I think if you're passionate about anything, you have to be obsessed about it. Yeah. You have to form some sort of a healthy obsession, as long as it's driven in a healthy direction. But you have to be obsessed with it, or else it's never really going to pan out the way you want it to. So there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah. I mean, going back to what you were saying, you feel healthier now than you were in your 20s. I agree. I feel that way right now too. I'm 46 years old, and I feel like shit because we're training for powerlifting competition. But my body's right. But I feel I'm stronger than I was in my 20s. I'm strong. I'm healthier than I've ever been in my life. Yeah, and it's a great thing, like that, right?
I mean, say, but who's to say how you're supposed to feel?
Exactly. Well, think about it. And you're in the industry where you see people literally breaking down, and it probably had a lot to do with their unhealthy lifestyle, their lack of anything really, right? Not doing
stuff, you know, and like having them tell me, oh, I wish I would have did this when I was younger and stuff. And like that resonates with you, you know, because that person will tell you something and a couple of weeks it won't be here anymore. Right. So having them like being so close to that, it's like, okay, man, do what you want to do everything you can right now, because it's not going to be an option for the rest of your life. Yeah. So.
No, I agree with that. I live very impatiently, and I am an impatient person, but I think that you have to live impatiently, because tomorrow you could be dead. Exactly. Right. It's like, I have so much I want to accomplish that I don't have time to sit around and wait. Exactly. You know, I just do. You just do. And that's how it should be.
Yep. And whatever happens along the way, it happens, you know, but at least you made the effort.
Right. Yeah. The learning curve is always the beautiful part about it though. Right. Yep. That's the, what happens along the way part, is that what you learn from it and what you get out of it and how much better you can become because of it.
Yeah. Like just watching the videos from when I first started, like my first sparring sessions till now, it just gets me so pumped up, you know. And like yesterday, I was hitting the mitts with my coach, and for some reason I always get nervous, like, because coach, you know, you want to make sure I'm doing good, and like I just started off just like shit, it was bad. And like I had to get in my head, I'm like, hey, just stop, man, just do what you do, and just, you know. And we started hitting them, and they were just flying and just coming out there with a lot of power and speed and everything. And to see my coach get excited for me, he's like, this is what I want to see. He's like, do this, and we'll start talking about fighting. He's like, do this, you know. I'm like, okay. I got a solid, like, what you want to see. I know I can do it, so I just got to apply it now.
Yeah, for sure. Do you find yourself at work shadow boxing?
All the time. I'm always like walking through the store or something, just people be looking at me. I
love that. Bad. Right.
But, you know, just
that's cool.
Always trying to get a little bit better.
That's the obsession part. That's what it's all about.
Always shadow boxing.
Hell yeah.
Pretending to hit somebody something.
Right. Have you ever been to FS with Art?
Yeah, actually.
Oh, okay, cool.
Me and him, that's kind of when I leveled up a little bit. Me and him were doing like just training for his last fight that he was going to have. And I was his main sparring partner, and he's head and shoulders above me. Like, he's just good. He has good timing, good speed, good distance, just everything, you know. And I just went in there and just got beat up every day.
Oh, yeah.
And eventually, you know, I started to be able to keep up a little bit. And then, like, there was a day when I was just, you know, I felt like I was almost right there with him, you know. And it was like, okay, it's what you got to keep doing. And I was doing that, and then going to my regular class in the evening. So it just helping speed up the process.
Well, you gotta be around. And I say this a lot too. If your circle doesn't include people that are bigger, faster, stronger, smarter than you, you're in the wrong circle. Yeah. Right? If you want to be better, you gotta spar with people that are better than you. Yeah,
I was sparring with him and Anthony McDonald, who fought in I think it's Glory kickboxing.
Okay.
He fought Justin Taffa.
Cool.
So he has a world of experience stuff too, and getting to spar with him and just he's like 6'8".
Wow.
So just getting that
big dude,
getting that range and learning how to get inside and stuff, just been huge. But my main sparring partner at Empire, Alex, he's like 6'5".
Okay.
So I've been having a lot of practice and stuff. He's been my main sparring partner just overall. That's my boy.
Yeah, cool.
And yeah, it's just been just the different people just chipping in to help me get where I want to be.
Yeah.
So.
Did you go to the Golden Gloves this last weekend, or when was it?
I think it was a couple weeks ago. I had my kids actually, so I wasn't.
Okay, yeah,
but I watched it.
Yeah, they were good. There were some good fights. Short and sweet, which is nice.
Yeah, my boy Kevin Evans.
He didn't get the win on that one, but it was good to see him back in the ring. It was good. And the guy he fought was good.
He was really good. He was really good. That was a great fight.
Yeah. Now, does he go to Empire?
He does.
Oh, okay. That's cool. I couldn't remember where Kevin went, but
getting him watch his comeback and just watching him get knock the dust off and everything. It's been
that's
even more motivating.
Well, and that's the thing is he was pretty down about it, but it's like, dude, this is the first fight in a couple of years. Yeah. Like that was a great fight.
Yeah, don't be down about it. I mean,
right?
You did great,
no doubt. So with the combination of your work and your boxing, how is that? And plus kids. A family. How does that work with everything? How is life for you?
So
is it complex, complicated?
So I normally work in the mornings, and my children's mother and I are no longer together.
Okay,
but me and her are like best friends. Like we're the best co-parents. Like
nice.
She's always super supportive, and she's always there to help me if I need anything, and vice versa. So like our custody plan or whatever, like I'll have them on weekends sometimes.
Cool.
And she'll have them, or like if I need to go pick them up during the week, will. So she's able to work with me as far as that goes.
Nice.
And yeah, it's kind of just all falls into place, luckily.
Yeah, but it's busy, I would imagine.
Very much so. Very much so. But it's worth it.
Yeah. What's the hardest part about your job? Is it seeing people pass away, or
it's watching people go from here to watching them slowly deteriorate, and just knowing there's nothing I can really do to help. Besides make them comfortable and make sure that they feel loved, because some people, they'll drop their family off and they just leave them,
Yeah, that's what my mom's adult foster care home in Eugene. It's like, it's super sad because and I mean this in reality. It's like those people are like throwaways.
Yeah.
Right. It's like they get put in some of these, and I'm not saying all of them, but oftentimes they get put in these homes and then their whole family forgets about them. That's horrendous.
And especially like on holidays and stuff, because they think that because they have dementia or something, they don't remember anything, but they remember.
And they're still people. They're still your people, or they should be your people.
So I do my best to try to, be that family member for them and just comfort them, just make sure that they feel like someone cares about them.
Yeah.
Cause I just met my mom for the first time last year. Mm-hmm. Like my grandma had me since I was 3 months old, so I kind of know that feeling. Like never met my father and stuff, so I know kind of that feeling of not having anyone, or just wondering where the rest of my family is, so
or feeling that like rejection. I would imagine, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Has that formulated how you are as a person right now? I mean, do you have what did that do for you? If you wanted to go into that, okay. So what is that like for you? Because you said I'm assuming your parents gave you up to grandma. So for whatever reason.
So actually, my mom, she left me at a drug house when I was 3 months old. And I mean, luckily they were nice crackheads.
Yeah.
And they called the police, and the police came and got me. And I guess it was different back then because I was born in Seattle.
Okay.
So they had me at the station, and they were going to give me out to this family. And my grandma was the last person they called as far as my side. And she's like, well, I want him. So
yeah. Grandma on whose side? Mom or dad's side?
That'd be on it was my mom's dad's mom. So mom's side.
Okay. Mom's side. Okay.
Yep. And she came and got me, and
wow, they were just going to give you to a family.
Yeah.
That things have changed.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
But yeah, luckily I had my grandma.
Yeah, so. Yeah, absolutely.
So now your mom knew though, right? Did she know that grandma took you?
She knew afterwards.
Okay.
But there was no one that stepped up as far as.
But she was still living that life for obviously quite a while. She's still. Okay.
So like when I met her last year, it was what I was hoping to gain from that. I didn't, just a bunch of excuses. And,
yeah.
And
you want her to at least hear that she loved you, right?
Yeah. And it was like, I didn't even really get that, She just talked about her so much. And I'm like, well, what if I took my experiences growing up and everything and treated my kids like that? Like, there's no excuse. You're supposed to break the cycle as that next generation, so.
She's still an addict?
Yeah.
Well, an really addict is always going to justify, excuses and make themselves the victim because that's what they do. Yeah,
and it just made me more determined to be a better father, better father, make sure that I'm there for all my kids'
Good
stuff.
Good for you.
Yeah, because you don't have to be, however you grow up, that's not how you have to be when you,
right.
Yeah. Your circumstances don't determine your life.
Yeah, 100%.
Try not to ever make excuses for how I grew up or anything. It's what's here now. What are you doing today to make yourself better?
So. Well, and to a degree, that situation made you the better man.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. Oftentimes people will use it, like you were just saying, will use that as an excuse for failure and then justify it. But you didn't. You took that and made yourself a better person because of that.
Yeah,
and that's great. And look what you do now. You care for other people, literally care for other people.
Which is something that probably no one, like growing up, they never would have thought I would have got into this, I don't think I had too many high expectations for how my life was going to pan out, I used to get in trouble.
Yeah.
And just be kind of class clown in there. But no one had any idea of like the atmosphere I was growing up in. The
complexity of it, yeah.
So I don't hold it against them. Like people see me now, they're like, oh my God, I can't believe how good you're doing and everything, like, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. That's cool. Well, and I think a lot of people, because you're not a victim, it's not like you're holding your shit on your dirt on your sleeves, right? You're not like out there, I was this poor little crackhead baby that was giving up. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful. What I'm saying is there's a lot of people that will say that, and that's why they don't know that about you because you're not bragging about it, right?
Yeah, people, they use that as an excuse to be a shitty person when you get up and it's not.
Exactly.
You get the free will to do and grow as you want, and I wanted to be better than that. So,
and you are.
Yeah, every day. So I try to get it 1% better.
Yeah, good for you. And that being said, that's very difficult. It is difficult because I would imagine it would be easy to fall into that. Well, I'm just this. I'm just that because I was a throwaway. Essentially, right? Which you weren't.
That's at the time like that. Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
So Grandma passed away.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, right before my first son was born.
Okay.
That's the thing that bummed me out the most. You never got to see them.
Never got to see. She's around.
Yeah, for sure.
So do you have any other family other than Grandma? That you have a relationship with? I have
a couple cousins that are around here. Well, one lives in Bend, one lives close to me. My aunt and uncle, they live in Oak Ridge still.
Cool.
I have an aunt that lives here.
Okay.
And my grandma, my mom's mom, she lives out in Junction City or something.
Gotcha.
I don't speak to her too much, but
yeah, I could see how that would just be weird.
Yeah. Yeah, but I still love her. Have the same birthday and everything.
So, really?
Yeah, it's weird.
Oh, wow.
It's weird. And like the time that I actually got to spend with her, I was turning 15 and she was turning 51.
Really?
Yeah, the one birthday that we actually spent together. So it's weird.
That's cool. So what are your plans for your kids? I mean, are you going to get them into boxing? Are they in boxing?
So my kid's mom, she kind of steered my oldest away from it, like talking about stuff. And I was like, you got to let him choose what he wants to do. And like, I played football for a long time, so I was excited for him to get into that.
Yeah.
And I had a bad concussion a couple years ago. And that was like, she kind of focused on that. She's like, well, I don't want him getting concussions and stuff. I was like, yeah, but I don't want him to sit and want to do something and be scared to do it. You got to get out there and try. If it happens, it happens. Like, no one wants it to happen.
Yeah.
I didn't want to get a concussion, but it happens,
Right.
My youngest son, though, he just can't wait. He's wants to box, wants to play football. He just wants to do everything, And my oldest, he is kind of into soccer right now. So I'm like, okay, well, let's get good at it then if that's what you want to do. Yeah. I never played soccer. That wasn't my sport. But if it's something he wants to do, then I'm going to nurture it as far as I can go and just let him know I'm supporting him.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
But I do want him to play football, though.
Yeah.
I'd love to see him out there. But I'm never going to try to force anything on him or project what I want. Yeah. Wish I could have did, as long as he does everything better than me.
Yeah. When he does do it, you better do it good.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I think as parents, like going back to your ex, or your son's mother.
Yeah.
Oftentimes we instill these phobias in our kids without realizing it.
Yeah.
Like making something fearful. It's like, don't climb that tree, you're going to fall. Yeah, well, all of a sudden they're afraid of heights, right? So sometimes we got to let their wings flap a little bit.
Let them try stuff.
Let them figure it out.
Exactly.
So that, I guess that would be kind of a bummer because I would.
But she is a great mom.
No. Yeah. She's absolutely amazing. Seems like an awesome parent, co-parent
and everything. Yeah, she's great.
And I could see. I mean, football is a game of collisions.
Yeah,
I can understand.
It is. It definitely is.
And boxing literally is.
Just nothing but colliding. But I love it. I didn't think I would ever love a sport as much as I did football.
Yeah.
And once I actually got in there and I got hit for the first time, I was like, okay.
Yeah.
This is, not that first sparring match, but like once I was like in it all the way, I was like, okay, this is awesome.
Yeah. So do you think that like something inside you, because obviously being amateur professional football player going into boxing, because it's kind of still a gladiator type of sport, is it that inside of you that's like the drive or what is it?
I mean, that just football's a team sport, you have to you're responsible for yourself.
Yeah.
But there's 10 other people out there.
But yourself with you. Also carries this.
Exactly. Yeah. And like with this, like you have coaching, you have training and stuff, but like once you're in there, it's you and that other person,
Yeah.
And I like feeling like I have control over what happens as far as if I win, it's going to be on me. If I lose, it's going to be on me.
Yeah.
And I don't have to worry about someone else missing a play or someone else causing a penalty.
Yeah.
It's me, did I train hard enough? Am I doing what I need to do to get better?
Yep.
And that just gets me pumped. It actually gives me goosebumps.
Right. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. So obviously you're not afraid to get hit.
No.
That's good.
No. And sometimes that's my problem is I'll take one to give one.
Right.
And the object is to get hit as least as possible. So that's something I'm working on.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely not scared to get in there and just brawl if we have to.
Yeah, no doubt.
But that's not what you want to do.
That's it's a chess game, right?
Yeah.
It's a dance. Yep. That's true. I mean, we like to watch those all out brawls, but the reality is when it's in boxing, it's like it's skill, it's technical.
Yeah, that's sweet science.
Right.
So, is there an amateur fight you have your eyes on?
Pretty much anyone that pops up. I always feel like I'm ready, but like I said, my coach, he's been like, no, you need to do this and this, and I get kind of huffy sometimes. But then like I go back and think, like, yeah, you're right. That's why you're the coach. That's why.
Yeah.
I actually got to spar him last week, and man, the level of respect that I had for him went up by a million.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I remember telling him after, I was like, man, I don't think I've been hit like that before, Yeah. But it was good to know that I could take like a really, really good hit.
Yeah.
And that he trusted me enough to actually spar with me and not kind of baby me through it. It was awesome.
He fought. Well, I think for me, I feel like I would be like you if I was in boxing, because like in powerlifting, I tell people all the time, compete, do it, regardless of being ready. The first one is almost sometimes the most important one, because you get that, that anxiety, the stage fright out of the way. Cause now you know what to prepare for when you're serious about your next one. So I would be kind of in your mentality where it's like, just put me in the fucking ring. Let me feel it. And then win or lose, I don't give a shit. I just want to be there.
Yeah, but then like...
No, I know. I understand.
No, I'm saying like his thing is like, well, look what weight class you're going to be.
Right,
in.
Yeah.
Some of those guys are 6'6" and 240 pounds just...
Right.
So he wants me to make sure that I'm going to be able to protect myself and...
Yeah, and I get
worried
that.
about my future more than just right now.
Well, and that's what coaches are for.
Yeah.
You don't want another concussion.
Right.
No, definitely not. Definitely not.
That's why I have a powerlifting coach, because if it was up to me, I'd be fucking dead right now.
right? Just slipped in and
I'm dumb. I'm dumb when it comes to training on my own. So
same, like, and it was just a shame that I was just training the wrong way, you know, just little things too, like not having my arm up in the correct position or just moving the wrong way. But I'm getting all that stuff ironed out.
Right. So what weight class are you in? Or are
so
you
I'll
going
be in heavyweight. So I'm in heavyweight right now.
Okay.
My coach, he wants me to drop down to cruiserweight.
Okay, which is
I think that's from like 200 down, or like 195 or something down.
Okay.
So, and I'm not too far from that. So
okay. So
but I definitely want a couple. I want a couple of heavyweight though. I want to fight some bigger guys. Yeah. Just because I've been sparring so much with guys who are bigger than me, and so I don't think getting on the inside, getting in my range will be too difficult.
Yeah. Do you think that are you going to do like a Golden Gloves tournament or anything like that? Or
I would love to.
Yeah.
I would love to next year.
Yeah.
When it comes back around, like I want to be, by the time this year's over, I want to have at least 3 or 4 fights.
Okay.
And be ready for Golden Gloves, and
that would be awesome. Yeah. Hopefully they'll have another one here locally.
Yeah, I'm hoping so.
Because that was the first one that they've had here in Eugene.
Yeah, it was awesome. Just the atmosphere. Everyone was super excited. Yeah. It's another event. And it was at the pit.
So. Yeah. I wish it was. I mean, there was quite a few people there, but I wish there was a lot more. That would have been, because we deserved it. You know what I mean? Sure. That would have been a really cool promotion. I think they had a hard time promoting it though. But
I think this is there's a lot of undiscovered talent around here, just in multiple sports.
Oh, in multiple everything. We've had a lot of artists on, and it's pretty amazing how much raw talent we have around here.
They also planned the MMA, the Arena Wars, the same night as the Golden Gloves, which was
that didn't do
unfortunate
them any favors
for sure.
Yeah, I wish that could have been like the next weekend or something. But
yeah, I think that would have like helped attendance on both ends. Yep. Right?
Agree, because people are super into MMA. So
but those same people would have loved to have gone to like a boxing match.
100%.
Right, but if everybody they had to choose, right, and the same thing with the boxing, like they would have probably gone to the MMA stuff.
Yeah, but it's choose one or the other. Right. It was like, I'm pretty sure the fights started at like 6, and that was like right when the Arena Awards, like the gates were open and everything. So.
Yep. That's when they.
Yeah, timing was very bad.
Oh it was.
That's unfortunate. Maybe that's something. Hopefully in the future they
for sure
figure out. But how often are there amateur fights around, like Oregon? Because I didn't know of any until the Golden Gloves recently.
So I'm not sure. I think there's different gyms that host events and stuff. And like my coach, he gets all the invites, and like when people want them on a certain card. Yep. So he kind of just lets us know. Okay.
So they happen like every few months or so.
Yeah.
In Oregon.
Yep.
Does Empire ever host any?
We haven't yet.
Okay.
We haven't yet. But that'd probably be something that'd
be dope.
Yeah, that would be so dope.
Let us know if you guys do. We'll definitely be there.
Yeah, he's doing some great things out there.
Who's your coach? What's his name?
His name's Adam.
Adam
on Facebook, Adam the Trainer.
Adam the Trainer.
Yeah, but he's awesome, and he really cares. Like he does kids classes and stuff too. And I was watching him. Like I got the chance. I got to see him actually coach. You know, and like there's this girl. She had her first sparring session, and it didn't go good, and she was just crying. You know, she was frustrated, and to see him take her to the side, and everything that she did bad, he told her what she could do better, and then he was sure to highlight what she did do good. You know, to let her know. And I was like, damn, like I sat back and I just watched that. I was like, yeah, it's like you really do care about what you're doing here, like making people, not just making them better fighters, but just making them better people, making us mentally stronger and
building them up.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Especially for the youth, that's super important.
For sure. Yeah, got a good following like with the youth. His kids class is blowing up actually.
Nice.
Yeah, he deserves it too.
It's a great skill. Huh. That makes for that's like what I think a lot of times people look at the coaches and say, man, he's a great coach. It's like, that's how you need to be a parent. Yeah. Right. I mean, really.
Yep, exactly.
That's great.
Got to have compassion, you know, you got to care and actually not be like, oh, it's a kid saying something to me. Like, what does it matter? Like, you know, actually listen to him.
Yeah, for sure. Important. That's facts. So going to MMA, why choose boxing over something like MMA for you?
So I was going to try MMA. I did one fight in, I want to say 2010, and it didn't go. Like I had a torn labrum. Oh. And the dude I fought, he ended up being like 6'5", 320 pounds.
Oh my God.
And I had just eaten dinner, and I weighed in at 250, and I weighed in at 253 after I just ate. You know, so I was like,
shit.
yeah, he was huge.
Wow.
And I knew my shoulder was going to dislocate. Like, it was bad. And I was just trying to get some space from him, you know, and he was just leaning on me in the cage, and he didn't take a shower for at least 3 weeks. I'm telling you, this dude stunk so bad. And that's like the one thing I remember. And I remember he kneed me in the stomach, and I was like, okay, I'm getting that back right now.
Yep.
And I went to push off, and my shoulder went out, and he just moved. So, you know, I always wanted to do another fight. And I went and I trained one day, and we were working on wrestling. And like I was doing it, and I was like, you know what? I could do this every single day till the day I die, and I'm never going to catch up with someone who's been wrestling since they were 5.
Yeah. Yep.
And that kind of, I was like, so what happens when I have to fight a wrestler? What happens when that, you know? And I'm like, so let me focus on one thing. And that's just, you know, the hands. So that's what kind of transitioned to straight boxing.
Okay.
Like even the playing field.
Yeah, exactly. Because wrestling, that's something like that's muscle memory and that's strength that you're never going to be able to catch up with.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
And if someone can take you down whenever they want, then
That's the thing with MMA is like you have to have all these different experiences.
yeah, that's why
skills,
MMA is so amazing. Like being able to weave all those skills together to because it's not easy. It's not easy.
Right.
Like you think shooting for a single leg or double leg is easy. It's not.
No.
Especially like if you're just learning. So.
Yep. Well, and I think that's the, like when boxing, and I want to say in the mid 90s kind of transitioned from being super popular, and it went kind of over to MMA.
Yep.
Because it's flashier. It was flat. And I mean, back then there was less, it seemed like there was less jiu-jitsu. Now it seems like it's all about wrestling, jiu-jitsu, stuff like that. I like the stand-up game.
In the 90s,
same.
in the 90s, it was like WWE.
Well, when it first started, when it first started getting mainstream popular, there was no rules.
I know. That's what I remember about the 90s.
But then it got, but that's where boxing kind of fell off because you got MMA that was coming in raw, and it was like everything.
That's right.
all out.
Was it Monday Night Raw, Friday Night Raw?
Yeah, Monday Night Raw, Thursday Night SmackDown.
Right.
Yeah, I remember all those. I remember like back to WCW. Way back in the day. I used to watch wrestling faithfully.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, when The Rock, when they had the whole Attitude Era thing,
Stone Cold, The Rock. But no, I mean actual MMA, not WWF.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But that's why boxing kind of lost its edge because MMA came in and kind of took over the show, and that's sad. It is sad, but I think people wanted to watch MMA because it was all everything. It was full on fight. You know what I mean? Not just stand up game. So
I think boxing is starting to have a resurgence.
I think so too.
So honestly, Jake Paul, like people might call him a gimmick.
The
or
reality.
But he had such a huge following before he even came to boxing.
Yep.
Like he was a YouTube superstar. So he brought all those eyes back to boxing.
Yeah.
And I've seen every fight he's had.
Yeah.
When he knocked out Tyrone Woodley, that was impressive.
Yeah.
That's impressive. I don't care who you are. Tyrone Woodley is a former UFC champion. He might not have been straight stand up, but I never thought that would happen to him. So then he fought Anderson Silva.
Yep.
And I've been watching Anderson Silva since he fought Chris Lieben, his very first fight in the UFC. Like, that's my dude.
Yeah.
And granted, he's 46 or whatever, but to see Jake Paul just be, to see him just be so on top of things and catch him when he wanted to and dropped him. Like
I think most people look at Jake, the Paul brothers, really, as like this fad thing. And actually, when they started training, when they got into legitimately boxing, even though it's not, they were matches against previous and older people, still they legitimately have skills.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's the thing about it is,
and have wrestling,
and I think it blew a lot of people away. But you're right, it did put boxing back into this is captivating.
Because from that we end up getting Tyson and Roy Jones Jr.
Yeah.
Like, that was awesome.
It was cool to see them. Cool. Yeah, the legends.
Actually, Roy Jones Jr. is going to fight Anthony Pettis.
Is he
coming
really?
Up on Jorge Masvidal's boxing, like his 4th event.
Oh wow!
Yeah, he's fighting Anthony Pettis, which is weird.
Yeah,
that's weird, right?
That does seem like a weird match to me.
And they have Jose Aldo. He's fighting Jeremy Stevens.
Okay.
There's someone else from MMA. Well, I guess he's not in MMA anymore because he's just retired.
Yeah,
but
I know that. Is Mayweather fighting somebody again?
Yeah, he's gonna go over there and finesse them for $6 million or something.
Who's he?
It was
overseas, right?
Yeah, I forget the guy's name. I think he's like English or something.
Okay.
I forget his name, but
yeah.
I mean,
they make a ton of money though. That's
so
the thing.
much money. That's the thing.
But yeah, you're right. I think that the Paul brothers did put boxing back on kind of a pedestal.
Yeah,
and I think it has a lot to do because MMA, a lot of stuff going on in MMA, like lineups and shit, just don't make sense.
Right.
I think when it comes to cards and fights, like our buddy Brent Premise, he got somebody. He's like ranked number 6
in Bellator, right?
In Bellator
for lightweight 155.
Yeah, 155, 150, something like that. Yeah, but they didn't. He didn't get on the card. It's like they called him onto it, and then they canceled him and put somebody else on. It's like he's number fucking 6.
Yeah,
at least following. 2 people on that card he beat. Right. So he
beat Michael Chandler. So
yeah. Well, and what's the dude's name with the long curly, long hair? Shit. Like anyway.
Henderson.
Yes, Vincent Henderson. Yeah, whoop that motherfucker's ass.
I'm not gonna lie, that was shocking to me because I've been watching Benson since.
Oh yeah, I have
WBC,
to from way back
since the Pettis kick and everything. Yep. I was like, damn,
that's the highlight.
That dude has some.
So he bounces off the ring and kicks him in the face. It was beautiful highlight.
Cool.
But anyways, Primus beat him, right?
Yeah, he did.
Brent should be on that card.
He
should be fighting in that fight. Anyways, that's the type of political shit that's like, okay, we're not going to take you seriously anymore, right? So I think that's part of that issue with Bellator and UFC. It's like there's so much political shit and buy-offs and shit like that. It's like,
yeah, you see people getting title shots who coming off of losing streaks. Like that makes absolutely no sense.
Yeah,
but it's what the people want to see. Like,
and that's it. That's
like Conor McGregor. He could literally walk into a title shot right now, and not too many people say anything just because
I think
what he's brought to the UFC.
Yeah, I think he is coming back.
Yeah, he's coaching
on the fight, right?
No, I think he's coaching the Ultimate Fighter the next season. Him and Michael Chandler.
Oh shit!
And then they're gonna fight afterwards. It's gonna be a good one. This is gonna be a good one.
Yeah,
because I've been watching Ultimate Fighter since almost like the heavyweight one when they had Kimbo Slice on it.
Yeah.
But this one, I'm definitely be tuned in for it.
I'm a huge Kimbo fan. I wish he would have done better.
Yeah.
Well, because he was street.
Yeah.
He was a street brawler. That was
he would
fucking...
pull up, let's run him.
Bro.
Man, I remember watching some of his fights like, oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the type of shit that I like to watch before even UFC was that street shit. Oh, it was beautiful.
I mean, Jorge Masvidal, he fought in that. Like, that's where I first met.
That's where he came from. Yeah. Yep. Anyways.
Yeah. No, you guys are on a roll. Keep it going.
Right. So no, anyways, going back to boxing, I think you're right. Boxing is hopefully coming back to a more popular style of sport.
People are starting to fight each other. They have Gervonta and Ryan Garcia. Mm-hmm. That's going to be one of the biggest fights that there's been in recent memory. Yeah. And I think Devin Haney's going to be fighting Lomachenko. So it's like people in their primes, like that's what we wanted to see, like Hagler and Sugar Ray Leonard, like when they were, people would fight each other back in the day. Yeah. Now people kind of dink and duck and pick what they want to fight, but now actually getting some of the top superstars fighting each other.
That's I think when I stopped watching boxing is in the Mike Tyson heyday. That was my favorite era of boxing.
Yeah, that was I watch his highlights all the time.
Oh yeah. Well, who doesn't watch that motherfucker? Just phenomenal. Just phenomenal. Yeah. His moving, his feet work, the way his head movements. Yeah, that's just insane. It's insane.
I work on that so much, and it's like it's gotten better, but just watching, I'm like, damn.
Yeah, right.
Keep working.
I mean, that's where you got to literally get a full size mirror in your house and just dance.
Yep.
Just dance in front of the mirror,
moving back and forth.
Put little, checks on the ground and for your feet.
Yeah, because he has so many that just hops and just moves to get outside of your punch and set up his own. Like he's just.
I don't remember what they called that, but
the peekaboo.
Yeah, the peekaboo
style. Yep. Because you're here and then you're gone.
And it's genius. It's simple but genius. Yeah.
And I didn't even know that he trained like some of the other people. Like he had trained. I can't think of it.
Well, I mean, he was so well established before Tyson. Yeah. Tyson was that fucking phenom.
Yeah, and it kept him young for a while.
Right.
That's what I remember him saying that. He was like, if I wasn't training him, I'd probably be dead right now, but I want to watch him.
Yeah, he hung on just to watch him kick ass. Yeah.
Yeah, he was awesome.
So what else? Tell me something else. What else is new with you? Anything?
I want to know how you tore your bicep.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, so actually, after I had got that concussion that I was telling you about, and I sat out for like a month. Wasn't doing anything, and I got a call from a team in Washington like, "Hey, we want you for a playoff game." I'm like, "Well, no one said I can't play. No one told me I could play." So I got up and I drove up there, and it was in Tacoma, and so I got in the game, and I played. It was on the third play. We threw an interception, and I'm running this guy, and I had the angle on him and stuff. And I started to think, I was like, damn, what if I hit him wrong and I get another concussion, And so it made me kind of pull up. So I just ran him out of bounds, and the play was over. And then I just feel boom in my back. And it was one of their biggest linemen. He just came up and just blasted me. But when he did, it gave me whiplash, which gave me another concussion.
Ooh.
And when I went down to catch myself, it just tore my bicep. And at the time, my arm hurt so bad, I didn't even realize that my head was messed up too. I was mad. I was like, bro, what the hell was that for?
Yeah.
And the ref was like, oh, it's part of the game. I was like, yeah, when the play is still going, like everyone would stop. Like
when you're inbounds too.
So I tried to go back in, and I couldn't even lift my arm.
Oh shit!
And I was like, damn. I drove all the way 5 hours up here to play in 4 plays.
Yeah.
So I was pissed off just walking on the side. Then we ended up losing the game anyway. So I'm driving home, and I'm probably like 5 minutes away from the field. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? Like the road started swirling, and I looked down. I'm doing like 90 miles an hour. Have any clue where I am. So I ended up like getting on my phone and stuff. And I ended up in Tacoma. So I slept behind some burnt out building in my car and I passed out for like 12 hours.
Oh God.
And like, so that my concussion was like my main focus. I was like, damn, I got another one.
Yep.
So I went to the doctor and stuff, and I was like, man, my arm is still hurting though. So I had to go through all this physical therapy and everything. And I kept telling them, I was like, no, there's something wrong with my arm. Mm-hmm. And so when they finally did the surgery, like it was like right under my bicep, to where it was just barely hanging on by just a couple threads. Like it was just,
jeez.
Yeah, it sucked.
Wow. How long was that road to recovery?
I had the surgery in March, and I was back to throwing full strength with my right by like May, June.
Okay.
And I remember I went to the doctor. He's like, "You're punching with your arm already?" I was like, I told you I hit like Wolverine.
You're right.
And
nice.
Yeah, it was perfect timing, I guess, to kind of sit back and see what I wanted to do. And
oh.
I mean, never perfect time to tear your bicep, but
yeah, it got you away from football for a bit.
Yeah, for sure. I haven't played a game since.
Yeah, so that's probably good. It's probably good timing, actually.
Hasn't given you any issues since then?
The concussion?
No, the torn bicep.
No.
What about the concussion?
So I had really bad post concussion syndrome afterwards. It was crazy. Like you hear the people with CTE, they'll talk about just anger, like uncontrollable anger, or like just being depressed. Like I remember I sat in my house probably for like 2 weeks and literally didn't leave my house for 2 weeks. Like I was just, because every time I'd go out, like someone would look at me wrong and I'd just get so angry. Like, what the fuck are you looking at,
Yeah.
And it was like, it wasn't me. Like I didn't know how to control how mad I would get.
Yeah.
And like I had to go through, I got studied by a panel of brain.
Yeah. Neurologist.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And they kind of like had me do this stuff, and I had to go through, because they monitor like post concussion symptoms, but they've never seen one that close afterwards. Yeah. So I got to work with them for a while, and I had to do like speech therapy, physical therapy just to get my motor skills back and everything.
Wow.
So it was a road. It was a long time.
Wow.
Yeah, it was bad.
Wait, those are symptoms of concussions? Because that's just like me.
Oh yeah. Well, when you think about it affects your brain.
Yeah.
And
wow.
Neurologically, how that affects you.
Yeah. Because I was playing in a game, long story short, and they ran a delayed blitz. So I was on the offensive line, and we're playing indoor arena league. So I think it's only 8 men on the field. So this defensive end, he goes this way, and like an idiot, I looked to watch where he was going, and then like looked back, and this linebacker was coming. I was like, oh so
shit. The
I was
train
like,
hit.
I was like, yeah. So I don't want to get blasted and get embarrassed,
Yep.
So I tried to turn my shoulder into him to kind of take some of the blow.
Yep.
And when I did that, he just lowered his head and just smacked down on the side of my head, just boom, and just lights out.
Yep.
So I don't remember anything from that then until that next day.
Oh.
And they said that I was up like walking, and they said like I just had like this look in my eyes, you know. And I was like sitting on the side like crying, which
Wow.
I don't cry in football.
Yeah.
But I went back and I watched the tape, and I thought it had happened like the first play of the third quarter. It happened in the fourth quarter. And you see after like I get hit, we punted the ball, and I was like running down the field. I was like staggering, didn't have my helmet button buckled. Like it was just
wow.
Yeah, it was all
the
bad.
First one?
Yeah, that was that first one I got. Okay. And my girlfriend at the time, we'd been together for like 2 weeks. So she had to take me to the hospital. Oh, wow. She didn't know any of my information. I didn't know any of my information. Like it was just.
That sucks.
Yeah, it was bad. It was kind of
I'm glad you're not in
altering.
football anymore, man.
Yeah.
That's damn. Well, imagine how many people that happens to, and they're just like.
No wonder your son's mom doesn't want to play football.
I tend to agree with her now, buddy.
Yeah,
I'm on her side now.
Those are pretty bad.
Yeah, it was bad.
Dang.
And then to get that next one so close,
right?
It just set me back even worse. And it was.
How long after was it?
A month.
A month.
Ooh,
wow.
Yeah, shit, you hadn't even recovered fully yet.
And
your brain was
I
probably still
whiplashed so
swollen.
bad. Like I just remember.
Damn.
But my arm hurt so bad at the time. Like it was able to focus on that rather than being all loopy.
Yeah. Oh God.
But lucky to the Idaho Storm, their personal trainers, they came over and got me checked out when I got that first one.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, you need to go to the hospital. Like she was talking to me, and they say I was talking to her like this, and I don't remember about 1 second of it.
Wow. That's scary, dude. That's scary.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It's like a long nap that I was awake for.
Shit.
Not restful at all.
Right. So who are your people again? Give us a shout out. Your Empire.
Empire Boxing and Fitness. Shout out to Coach and everyone there who helps me get better every day.
Adam the trainer.
Yeah.
Yep. Cool.
Yeah, he's a great dude. And if you want to get into boxing or just want to learn fitness or anything like that, I suggest giving it a try.
Oh yeah.
Also, shout out to Mendez Boxing. He let me come train there one day, and it was awesome. Had a good time, learning a bunch of stuff in the short time. So,
sweet.
Shout out to him as well.
Here locally?
Yeah.
Mendez
Cool.
Boxing.
Yep.
So we are looking forward to seeing you in the ring.
I appreciate it very much. Thank you guys for having me.
Thanks for coming, man.
Been awesome.
Appreciate you.
Thank you very much.
Later.